Hi, welcome to the next edition of KebbieG Specialty List. Today, we're going to be playing some Domain, Zoo, and Pioneer. See if this deck has what it takes to compete in the format. The new card we're trying out in this slot is Spinner of Souls. It kind of just fits with most of the themes since we are a deck that tries to get a 4-power do down and then leave up a Stubborn Denial to help protect our threat. Early in the game, we do try to use Make Disappear on turn 2 potentially, or get down a Brawler to get hyper aggressive on turn 3. So that's what we're trying out today. If you like Domain Zoo, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, hit that bell notification for future videos. We're on our way to 2,000 subs. Let's get there together and let's get into this deck list and see the deck in action. So the deck list, we have 4 Burst Lightnings we're trying out as well. Basically replacing, can't remember what we had a similar burn spell in that slot. Actually, it was Lightning Helix. So I wanted to cut the curve down a little bit. We have 4 Stubborn Denials because it's just really amazing in the deck. 2 Stands to help protect our threat to get smashed through. 3 Disappears as a way to protect our threats early in the game. Also counter, some problematic cards early in the game. We have 4 Brawlers, 4 Firebrands as our Domain payoffs. 4 Bone Crusher Giants because it's a decent removal spell on turn 2. Then to a 4/3 on turn 3. We have a Knuckle Blades because it's just really sweet. We have 3 Spinner Souls. That's what we're trying out. As well as Burst Lightning. And of course we have Leyland Binding because this deck is a Domain deck. Sideboard though, we do have a couple Running Volleys for Spirits. And also Angels, stuff like that. 2 Surge of Salvation because Thoughtseize is everywhere. 1 Ether Gust for Rakdos Prowess, also green. 3 Oozes for Graveyard Hate. 2 Stonebrains for Combo Hate. 2 Runestones for Coco / Storm the Festival Hate. Plus Graveyard Hate semi. We have 2 Mystical Disputes for Control Hate. And of course we have a free roll Jengatha, just because. That is the deck we're trying out. Let's see if this deck has what it takes to compete on the Explorer ranked queue. Tap land, go. Soulscar Mage, huh? So we're going to lead off, I think, with just a Stomp here, actually. Go. Swespia. And a Swespia. Hits us for 2. Tap land, huh? Could play a 5/3, but I think I just pass. I go. See what happens here. He might just attack. I will call him on his bluff. Okay, advantage. Light up the stage. We'll go ahead and attempt to stomp. Alright, cool. A Boros Charm. Could also play a show off here. Nope, Mage. Makes sense because, show off is something that does have haste. So lead off with a Brawler. Say go. Leave up a Leyland Binding. Short. Gets frisky. I'm gonna call him on his bluff because I figured a Boros Charm's inbound. He could double strike it. But I figured most likely he was going to do the 4 damage. Which means we take out his Soulscar Mage. Take 2. Play a Bone Crusher. Get frisky. Say go. Skewer. Takes 2. So just so he can deal 2 to me. And a Soulscar Mage. Okay? Yeah, take the beats. Tap land. You can't really double spell. I could do that and give it haste. It's not really worth it. Play another Bone Crusher. Smack. Go. So what's his likely move here? I doubt he. Oh wait. Oh, sorry about that. Just passes. Interesting. Play a Spinner. Another Brawler. Attack. Now you have to block. So, yeah. Go. We have some chunky dudes. And that's how you win with Domain Zoo. So against aggro, we have a Gust, better than a Disappear. Besides that, that seems to be it. You could do Surge of Salvation. That does prevent burn to the face, which could very well be relevant here. Or Make Disappear because it's cheaper. I don't like that. Soulscar Mage again. Tap land, yup. At least Bone Crusher gives me something to do turn 2. Maybe, to get a turn 2. Alright, let's take 3. To minimize damage here, I think I play Boris. Say goo. We'll stomp the Soulscar Mage. Problem is a Skewer's inbound here. Because if he had instant, he would use it. Okay, so creature. That's reasonable. Yeah, it's me. So the issue is here is there's no way I can play a creature without shocking myself. Which is not very good. So which is the correct creature to play here? I also got to make sure I have the right land as well. So I need green. Okay, so I think this is fine. So we go to 8. They go. So on the play, we should do a lot better than this. Sure. What's your last card? I mean, any burn spell kills me. Okay, but I mean, that also does it. It's just I don't think we make any changes here. Play a lounge. Go. So this turn, I think I just take this turn off. Play a burst lightning. It should be fine. Go ahead and burst it. Play a tap land. Skip the turn. So we have domain. We are good. Alright. Swiss Bia. Swiss Bia. What else? Show off. Stomp the show off. Take some beats. I could double spell this turn. Means I go to 11. I think I better off just playing that in a tap land. Instead of go. Because next turn I could double spell and not take a single point of damage. This line also makes him want to do as many spells as he wants this turn. So hopefully he can get through my Knuckles. Right? And that kind of plays better to make his hand depleted. And did 2 spells next turn. Because otherwise he just loses his threat. And yeah, he wants to waste 3 damage to my creature. So that's good. So now we just get to play 2 creatures. Say go. So I think we could be taking this game. You're at 7. And he's running out of gas. He can Rampant Out Ruins us, but okay, so we turn that on, so we have a 5/3. Hit you for 10. Play a Bone Crusher Giant. Next turn we can't Knuckles plus haste it. Come on, you. Question is, we could definitely present lethal this turn. So he kind of has to block. Now the question, oh, that's not too shabby. Yeah, that's really good because then we get to haste him. Oh, wait. Yeah, so yeah, that's lethal. 1-0. Let's get into the next. I am now offering Patreon and locals content exclusive. It includes sideboard guides, budget guides, exclusive videos, as well as other types of content. If you want to check out the link, it's in the description. Now, let's get back into the video. Theme Vents tap. Go. He's reading my Jangata like, what are you? Okay, so we play that tapped. We have to kill the Cobra. Go. So now we could just kind of a little bit coast it from here. Again, we don't really have all of our colors, though. We need a swamp. This must be some sort of Omnath pile, if I had to guess. So it's very important, I think, this turn just to play a tap land. There you go. Because I'm assuming Omnath is inbound. You can't really let that resolve. So at least he wasted a Fabled Passage before the Omnath comes down. So I'm assuming he's getting an island here. And yeah. Oh, Risen Reef. We'll counter that as well. No land, which kind of sucks. Play us Knuckles. Go. That's right. Read the Knuckles. Knuckleblade has been achieved. A card that I'm really happy to actually have. I definitely wasted some wildcard slots on it, though. But I love this card. And the opponent just crushed my hopes and dreams by telling me to get lost. So I think I want to just burst, say go. I really need to find a land. Sure, that resolves. Right, because I really need to get this Knuckles down and leave up a Stubborn Denial. So he has 2 mana. I don't really think there's much he could do that I can Stubborn Denial him for. Oh, yeah, because of this Blunking. Okay, we just counter that. No need for you to get draw another card. Alright, Brawler is okay here, because that enables Ferocious. So there you go. Now, 2 mana 4/3 is really decent with Trample. So that's kind of what our deck is based around. Alright, counter. Yeah, you can kill my threat, and then you can pay it. You know, if you kill my threat, you probably can't pay it. Because you don't got the mana. Sure. Alright, Knuckles. Go. Maybe this Knuckles could live? I don't know. I mean, you can't go wrong with Knuckleblade. Knuckleblade is the greatest card ever printed. If I could find some way of putting Knuckleblade and Siege Rhino in the same deck, I would. It would be like 5 color. That's so rude. Dude, why? Why you kill my Knuckles like that, bro? That really hurts, man. That hurts my feelings. Alright, there's the land. There's the swamp. Yeah, so much land, I don't even think this Make Disappear is going to matter. So, yeah, proves my point. And Risen Reef. You can crack the Fabled Passage. But that doesn't really do much, I guess. So, go ahead and get rid of the Omnath on my turn, so that way he can't fetch with Fabled Passages and then add more mana on his turn, if somehow that's relevant. So, assuming he draws a dud here, looks like he did. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and just play the trusty companion Jengatha. An absolute gazelle here. Alright, so he pops that, gets back his arm. We will say yes. Keep these in the deck because they actually can be cycled. So I think I want to grab a Tomb. And let him do his thing. He drew 2 cards. Now, next turn we can leave up a Tyvar stand. He is a 26 though. About ready to be 30. You could argue we could technically play Omnath. I don't really know what I would cut for it. You're like, cut the Knuckles! Because Knuckleblade is just not. So most people don't really think Knuckleblade is very good. But to me, he's the greatest card ever existed. I mean, just look at it. It's so majestic. Alright, yeah, he plays an Escape to Wilds. Retreat. Makes a bunch of 2/2s, I think. Or are you going to do something else? I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get out of this situation currently. I mean, He has plenty of things he can... Yeah, I just can't get through that. I'm gonna scoop. Disputes can counter it. Volleys answer it. I think that's essentially it. Now, what can we cut? I guess make disappear. Burst lightning is kind of sus, right? I mean, we can get his Risen Reef, but besides that, like, yeah, it's not as good as a volley. So I think that seems pretty reasonable. Run it like that. Tap land, go. Okay, recovery. I don't see any point in playing a brawler here. There you go. So next turn, I think I go ahead. Actually, I don't have double green. So that makes that a little more awkward because I want to be able to brawler plus leave up a stand. So I think I play that tap. There you go. So we really need another green source before we run out this brawler into a potential lot of removal spells. Let's go ahead and binding that. The second brawler, though, that might be a little bit more interesting. Go. So brawler is not a bad move here, I guess. It's probably going to eat up a removal spell. Nets up plus land. 2 land. So you're going to get a elemental. Or an elf. I really don't like actually running more than one element, Nissa, but to each their own, because you could technically get a Nissa off of it. Alright. Play spinner. Hit ya. Go. Now he's probably going to play the Omnath before he plays the land, so he gets the Splunking. Why? Why over an Omnath? So that's the second green. Smack you for 8. Plus additional 3. Not worth it. Go. So this... Oh, he doesn't have blue mana. That's why. Sure. That makes sense. So now he needs to block the spinner. Brawler number 2. Go. Yeah, got it. Run it back. Land, huh? Play our Triumph. Go. Land. Stomp. Go. Now, if we get another land, we should be okay to play a Knuckle Blade on turn 3. Another Cobra. So he nets 2 mana. The question here is, does he have something to do with 2 mana? So, okay, nothing. I don't really have much to do here. Could leave up a binding, and then what? I think it's Bone Crusher Giant. Because for 1, it enables Ferocious. 2, it actually does something if he targets it. So, I mean, I care less actually that he dies than something like Knuckles or Souls. So, and he did his main job, which is to enable Ferocious for next turn. Now, the question here, more or less, is what is my next turn going to look like? Because I do want to leave up for Denial and potentially Stand. But I don't know if that's... How much is that going to interfere with actually getting another threat down next turn? Which is just as important. Risen Reef. Because I do want to close this game out before he can get too far up. Playing a bunch of Omnaths and whatnot. So get Lost Seat, that's what I was thinking. Because I figured he had a removal spell. And at least that makes him waste. That's not a bad one. So I go. So I have a Denial or a Binding up, which is really decent. And Brawler is one heck of a clock. For 2 mana, 5/3, if we ever get like an actual 1-drop that has something with Domain, like we got like in the Coddle, that would be, look out, we would actually have a good shot here. So this gets an island for sure. So let's see if he actually has an Omnath. There is that possibility here. There's the Omnath. So let's see if you have a Beseiju. And so you definitely don't want to use it now. Now you would want to use it. Sadly, it's a Binding and not a Volley, but you can't win them all. Do you have another Omnath? That would be most ideal for you, I guess. So my turn. Okay, nothing. Oh, you have something for the Brawler. Oh. Alright, the opponent is going off a little bit. So, I'm trying to think what my almost optimal line is here. The issue is we are stuck on 3, and we have tons of 3-drops. I really want to be able to double spell, like Knuckles plus one of these two. That would basically mean I would have to top deck a Breeding Pool exactly. I'm assuming I'm playing Breeding Pool. There's a good chance we might lose this one. Alright, we get taken for 3. So if I play a Soul, what am I scared of when it comes to a Denial? I guess a Get Lost. I can't think of anything else. I guess he does play Escape to the Wilds. Lumra. That's definitely a problem. So here comes a bunch of sack triggers. So, I mean, his deck looks pretty cool. It's more like an elemental deck with a little bit of a... The issue is he probably has too many elementals for his Nissa, which, like I said, it just makes it so much worse when you have so many non-on-half hits. Nissa, I mean, I guess she's just a lot of... she's just an incremental card draw. Okay, there's Omnath. That's the card to be scared of. Not really Lumra. Or Risen Reeve. I'm pretty sure this is Jover. There's not much I can do to get out of this situation. Yeah, let's prevent you from drawing 2. Because I know you're not going to wrap the board. You're going to be drawing 2 and then passing. He has a lot of mana. Another Omnath to reset it. To draw another card. Potentially 2 cards. What a deck. Well, that's so much value. So much value splunking. Okay. So you have 2 fetches you could use. And this is not a Yorion deck. That's something to be noted, right? This is a normal 60 card deck that he built. Look, it's my turn now. Okay, so... we play Knuckles. Why would you tap my green source? Why? I needed the green source for this. Alright. Now I can't block the Lumra at all. I think it's over. Let's go to game 3, or match 3. So 1-1, let's get into the next. Through PayPal, I'm offering for $20 play your deck through a league. I also give you an article about how to improve the list, and as well as some sideboard guides in very particular matchups. If you want to check out the link, is in the description. Now, let's get back into the video. Lounge. Yup. We don't have green mana, but we'll take this anyways. Ugh. Triumph, go. Eventually we'll find a green. The opponent is not doing much. Tap land. Fire. Brand, go. Opponent's like, what the heck is that? Fatal push it, sure. We will Bone Crusher. Go. So this is pretty reasonable because we get to sleep up a Stubborn Denial. Looks like he has the discard a card. There's the green source, so that's pretty decent. So we will give it haste. Hit you for 8. There you go. Got it. So against Rakdos, probably Salvation. And I don't think... Oh, this is a... He gave me the information of Yigra. So you probably want that too. And maybe even there. Firebrand out for Ooze. Make Disappear out. Actually, probably Make Disappear. Is that better than a Burst Lightning? Maybe Stub... Maybe... No, Still Brain's just probably too far out of this. Burst Lightning is kind of sus. Yeah, I think I like that. Or not like that. Tap land for the opponent. We'll play our own tap land. Say go. Play Hollow Fountain tapped. Go. So like I said, this looks like a Junsack. Alright. Denial. I don't think I salvate Knuckles here. So I think I go ahead and play a Stomping Grounds tapped. Counter. Okay. Knuckles. Go. Now, Knuckles is a pretty good tempo style card, right? Because we get to pick him up to fizzle removal. So it's very important to keep him alive. If you can. And there's the Oven. So there's an Ooze, which is not a terrible top deck here. I think I'm going to go ahead and shock ourselves. Get Frisky for 4. Fatal Push is there. Reasonable. Let's get rid of this Mayhem Devil. And let it go. So we hit him for 4. We have a Binding, just in case. It's a little sad, though, that we do have it exposed. But I think it's okay. The opponent is thinking about his last 2 options. He has 2 mana available. Immediately stacks the Harvester. So he can enable Fatal Push. I cannot save it. Well, there goes my poor little Knuckles. He kind of had to do that, too. Alright, play a Spinner of Souls. Shock. Get Jengatha. Go. Like I said, I like this deck because it plays a little bit of a Stompy style play patterns on top of that. It has a little bit of different kind of play patterns than normal Stompy. Just because, like I said, you do have this card here that's pretty hard to answer if you play your cards right. You also have... yeah, I don't really want to give it haste right now anyways. It's not because I accidentally went through that. I think I would rather leave up the ability to just bounce it. Because I don't want him to be able to answer it. Scavenger's Talent. What's your last card? You're going to pay into that. You have 1 mana available. And he has to pass because he can't really attack. So we have to get Frisky. Attempt to present lethal here. Now, is it worth it to put him to 1? I don't really want to play Jegs. So I think so. Stacks it short. Deals 1 in my face. Probably mills himself 2. We are up a game, and we are in a pretty good position here. Got rid of both of his claim to the firstborns, which ironically is not that great here. Because he would just target my knuckles, and then I would literally just bounce it. So it's not that great, as he would probably is thinking right now. And the good thing about him is you could easily just recast him and immediately give him haste again. So he's not even that great to dispute. Short. Draws a couple cards. You have 3 mana available. Tap land. You just pay into the talent. That would be really bad here. You would basically not be able to use it this turn. Yeah. You would have to, I guess you could sack the talent. So you could, yeah. Yeah, that was not a very good move, but 2-1. Let's get into the wrap up. So what did we learn this week about this deck overall? Felt really decent. Of course, the card that's on the lower half of the deck is Make Disappear. Now look out if we ever get another 2-mana 4/3. I would definitely consider playing it in this deck, or maybe something like Spinner. Bone Crusher, Knuckle Blades, they're kind of like going to be in the list no matter what happens. They're just too valuable of cards in general. Because you may look at Knuckle Blades and may not think of it much. But how this deck plays, we do want to activate with Tyvar Stands, Stubborn Denials, Bindings. So being able to also have another way to fizzle removal, and the fact that he can gain haste is really nice in this style of play patterns. He's probably the best threat in the deck, because the deck is tailored to it. Since we are a little bit more of a deck that's trying to gain tempo advantage with using our denials and our bindings. The fact that we can just, like I said, literally play a 4-drop, attack with it, possibly leave up a way to bounce it, which is in itself kind of a counterspell. So I really like Knuckle Blades in the deck. So it kind of increases our chances of doing that. The one card, the card I want to cut maybe eventually is Make Disappear. If we ever get another card that is a 2-drop counterspell that fits this deck quite well, I would definitely replace it in a heartbeat. Spinner is a little bit of a toss-up. I didn't really feel that impressed by it. Then again, also, we didn't draw that much, and the 2 times we did draw it, it itself died, so you didn't get the actual bonus. I think he would be better in something more with Coco, like Selesnya Coco, so maybe that's not the best fit. We'll find something maybe in Ether Drift that fits this deck. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this list. Is this a kind of a deck you guys like to play or would like to see more of? I want to know all that in the comment section, because I think this deck is actually pretty sweet, and not enough people are playing decks like this in Pioneer. So I want to be able to showcase decks that are not necessarily mainstream, that I think are still quite competitive. But until next time, hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Shout out to all my supporters, and if you want to see any other content from me, check out either one of these 2 videos and playlist. And I'll talk to you soon.